Greetings everyone, I am Bhargavi Trivedi and in this video tutorial I am going to discuss regarding barriers to aquaculture. Now this is the part of paper BT303 Marine Biotechnology Unit for Commercial Potential Semester PET. Let's recall what is aquaculture. So aquaculture is the term that is similar to the term agriculture. Okay, but when we talk about aquaculture, we are using the fish and other marine organism in place of the plants. Rest of the things that remains the same as that of the agriculture. Now, please don't mistake that aquaculture is only for the fish and marine organisms only. Algae and other things that are aquatic in nature, they are also cultured using the aquaculture. Aquaculture is also known as mariculture sometimes. So, if in the exam it is asked the limitations or barriers to mariculture, that means the same. Okay, this is also same as fish farming or you can say sea farming. So let's see about the barriers to the aquaculture. First, in aquaculture, actually what we do the breeding artificially of the aquatic animals so that we can have the best variety of fish. We rear them, okay, R-E-A-R, there is a rearing of it, okay, and then we harvest them as we do the harvestment of the plants in the agriculture. So it means the same, only we are right now dealing with the fish only. Okay, so the problems that we face in the agriculture, so there are some problems that we face in the aquaculture phase of aquaculture also, that we are going to discuss in detail. So please watch the entire video for the better understanding of the topic. Okay, now the first main problem that we face in the aquaculture is of the climate change impact. Okay, the first and foremost thing that you have to keep in mind is that water quality. When I talk about the water quality, then it means you have to understand that it should be pure, saturated with the oxygen. Otherwise, it can lead to the death of fauna and flora. So the saturation of the oxygen plays the key role in the maintaining the water quality. Now, apart from the oxygen, water should be nutritionally rich also. Okay, so when I say the climate change impacts, that means because of certain conditions. Okay, so let's say suddenly they flood them. Okay, so the water quality will be affected because whatever the fishes are there, they are also get run away sometimes with the flood. So sometimes it can lead to the risk of loss of activities, okay, jobs and the revenues in certain aquaculture areas. So the water quality is the most important because our fish growth is dependent mainly on this, that how our healthy fish is going to be. The next point is regarding the environmental. That means the habitat damage, eutrophication, pollution, or disturbance. So, what does this point want to say that if the proper care is not taken, and let's say by some means the industrial or the dirty water gets mixed with the water in which our fish farming is carried out, then it can lead to the pollution of that particular water. It can lead to the disturbance, and if the water is high in the nitrogen and phosphorus compound, it can lead to the eutrophication also. Now, apart from the area in which the fish farming was done, the surrounding habitat, it can also get damaged because it has the high amount of organic waste. Now, why it happens so? Because while doing the aquaculture, while establishing the area in which our fish farming is done, if the uh, design of the farm, of the design of the aquaculture is not properly done, then it can lead to this problem. The next problem that is we face normally in the aquaculture is the resource use. Okay, now you are growing the fish, but this fish also needs the nutrition, right? We are growing the fish while using the aquaculture because it can fulfill the human needs, human nutrition needs. But when the fish they are growing, they also need the food to eat, right? So what happens that it requires lot of small fish, or you can say juvenile fish. Okay, so they, in order to feed them, actually large volume of the fishes they are required. Okay, and in some cases, while juveniles are required, juveniles are nothing but they are young small fishes, so that they can eat, they can get they are used as a feed for growing this fish. Okay, so basically, we are producing the fish by using the aquaculture, but in turn we are using the fish to feed our fish. So it is the main drawback, the main barrier that is faced in the aquaculture. Okay, now it requires large areas of land also. The next point is the genetic and the biodiversity. Okay, so sometimes what happens that there is introduction of the exotic species. Okay, exotic species, that means you can say invasive species, that the species doesn't belong to that particular environment. Now sometimes what happens that uh, the species has no predator. Okay, so no one is going to eat that fish. So in turn, whatever the wild species was there, it can lead to the decrease in those wild species of that particular area because of this invasive species. Okay, so in turn, the gene pool, okay, the gene pool is highly affected, and there is decrease in the genetic and the biodiversity. Okay, now, when we talk about the biodiversity, that means the farmers they are doing that, they are practicing the aquaculture. They are producing only a particular variety of fish. Now, why? So, for example, they are only just producing salmon, and all. They are not focusing on any other fish. So now, what will happen? Now, why it is so? It is based on the demand. Okay, so the farmers want to get rich, the intermediaries they want to get rich, so they are going to produce only salmon, and all. Now it will result into the decrease in the biodiversity. Okay, that is the another main problem that is faced by the aquaculture people. Okay, and again there is a lot of food competition that was found. Okay, with the native species can have the profound negative impact in that. The next problem that we face are of food safety and some social and ethical issues. Okay, what do you understand by the word food safety? Now, why do we grow fish so that they can be used for the human consumption? Okay, they are used for the human consumption. Okay. But now they want to again the fish, they have to protect the fish, okay, from what? The bacteria, the viruses, parasites, and all. Okay, so they are going to use certain antibiotics and all, so that the fish remains the protected, and they can sell it in they can sell the healthy fish in the market, because no one is going to take the fish that is unhealthy. Now, because of this excessive use of biotoxins and other chemicals in order to keep the fish artificially healthy, when this fish is consumed, it can lead to certain damage in the person or in the other animals that are actually feeding it. It can lead to certain health issues. Okay, so it can affect the market value also. So this is the another fact, another risk that is faced by the aquaculture. Now, there are some social and ethical problems that are also faced by the aquaculture. If the people who are working, or if the laborers who are working in the aquaculture, if they are not maintaining the proper hygienic condition, and they are maintaining very weak poor conditions, they are not changing the water at the right time, they are not feeding the fish at the right time, they are not taking the proper care. Okay, so now what can happen? It can result into the reputation damage of that particular fish farming place. Okay, because ultimately they are going to sell the fish that was grown. Okay, so if the proper care is not taken, and if they sell the unhealthy fish, okay, so no one is going to buy fish from that particular vendor. Okay, so it can result into the reputation damage as well as damage to the people who are going to eat that fish. uh, the next is the biosecurity issue. Okay. Now, obviously, biosecurity issue is that it has the introduction of pathogens, parasites, and all. Now, why it is termed as biosecurity? Because this introduction is done intentionally. Okay, by some other country, they will release the fish into the country, other country, so that it can lead to the destruction of that wild species that is already present there. Okay, and it can also lead to the increased resistance of the antimicrobials. Now what will happen? It will result into the epidemics either from imported animals or from the poor management quality, and irresponsible use of antibiotics increases local resistance. Okay, because if you will not make the farmer aware about the quantity of the antibiotic that they are going to use for raising the animals, for raising the fish, they will add more amount of antibiotics thinking that the fish will be more healthy, but it is not so. It is causing the antimicrobial resistance in the fishes, and it is dreadful to the people or to the animals who are going to consume that fish. And this that's all for the barriers in the aquaculture. If you have more questions, please email me your questions on my mail id bhargavitrivedi.ljs@ljinstitute.edu.in. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.